Welcome to your support group podcast, your favorite podcast that supports you at what you like to do. I told you I'd change it up sometimes. This is Kenny, and that is Q. What's up, Q?
Another, what's happening?
What's happening? What's a lot is happening.
Yeah, January felt like 3, 4, 5 years in just 31 days.
I've been fighting all my life. I tell you, it just spun out of control real quick. So we said that we wasn't going to talk about him unless he did something really stupid. Well, that didn't take long. It did not take long. Let's see. First off, I tell you how crazy the world is. I don't know if you know anything about basketball, Q, but Anthony Davis got traded for Luka Doncic from the Mavericks. Yes, you don't know nothing about basketball, but that is like crazy. Like it's like this is like a young all-star getting traded for an older all-star. It doesn't make sense, but in the grand scheme of things, something, like I said, something must be crazy in the air. It's a lot of crazy in the air. Yeah. So let's start off. Mm-hmm. First of all, the guy, the one that they elected, excuse me, still got a little bit of a cough, like I smoked Newports, but he got rid of a whole bunch of people in the federal government. Some of them were the FAA people. 8 days later, after doing that, there was a plane crash. Not saying it was related, but somehow he related it to the reason why he got rid of those people. Then, night before last, small plane crashes to a bunch of buildings in Philadelphia. How ironic, 2 planes crashing into, causing multiple casualties, basically. But yeah, I find it a little bit ironic. Then I wake up this morning and I'm like, why is all my crypto, all my stocks, my 24-hour stocks, why are all those down? I said, what's going on in the news? I go to the news and this dude don't hit everybody with tariff. Like he like the Oprah Winfrey of giving out tariffs. Like you get a tariff, you get a tariff, you get a tariff. Like he hit everybody with tariffs. And you know what some of these countries did? Hit him with tariffs back. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now those tariffs don't affect him, they affect us. And last time I checked, egg prices ain't changed. Gas prices ain't changed. But now, and I'm not saying all U.S. products are trash, but now it's forcing us to buy U.S. products that we paid more for because the people have to get paid more, but there's no competition. So there's no innovation, there's no quality. Competition brings on all that. So yeah, we're going to talk about all this and a whole lot more. Welcome to Black History Month. Unfortunately, this is where we're at. So, yeah, we're going to talk about all this.
Yeah. It's exciting. Yeah. Exciting times.
So exciting. Yeah, I feel so excited, and I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control, and I don't know if I like it.
Right, I don't know if I like it. That part. It's just a lot. I'm telling y'all. One of the things that I got into last year was gardening, growing your own food, doing these community situations where you grow stuff and y'all share. Everybody, goes out there and you put your hands in the dirt and you make your own food. You grow your own food. You help feed the community. That way you're less reliant on, going to the store, for those types of things. These things can be easily grown. Peppers, cabbage.
And you don't broccoli. Have to have a house. Right. You don't have to have a house. You can have an apartment and grow it in flower pots.
Exactly. You can have buckets. You can decorate them nice and cute. You can use boxes. Now, they won't last very long, but, it's something to just get you started. But, yeah, it's a lot going on. But like Kenneth said, happy Black History Month, because we don't need permission
to be
to
black, baby.
celebrate who and what we are.
That's right. We don't need your permission to be black. We are unforgivingly,
Unapologetically.
unapologetically,
Blickety
and we
black.
just don't give a damn.
Blickety black, blizzard, black 365, 366 in a leap year. We just all that.
Like my man from CB4 said, I'm bliggity, bliggity, bliggity black. Yeah. So let's start off with DEI, because that played a part in this. If you was wondering what I was talking about when it came to the FAA, in a lot of those government firings or ask the step downs, a lot of that came from so-called DEI hirings. Now, DEI initiatives are intended to address and correct discriminatory practices or policies that are found within companies. That means same sex, blue, black, green, whatever color you are, male, female, disabled, Army vets. Yes, they get discriminated against. I mean, you name it. It's just to stop that and adds diversity to your company. It's not saying that you have to have a certain amount of black people. It's not saying you have to have a certain amount of people that have handicaps or veterans or anything. It's just saying that you should be opening your doors up to these people. Now, we both know, everybody should know who's watching this, there has never been a program that totally benefited black people. I don't know why black folks got it inside their head that DEI was 100% about black folks. Like, I feel so offended. I'm targeted by DEI. It messes with our lives. It destroys us. Nothing in this world has ever benefited us. We have had to get it up out the mud. No matter what the program was written, they made sure it was a learning curve for that program. They made sure that whatever they did, they say, yeah, you can vote, but can you read? Oh, yeah, you can vote. Did you get an ID? The line is way back there. Yeah, so they made sure, always made sure that it was extenuating, extensive things when they made it for us. This wasn't for us. This was for everybody.
Right.
And the biggest benefiter from this, anybody knows? Nobody knows. All right, because y'all, I see some of y'all out there. Hey, yeah, I'm so happy. Yeah, get away from that racist stuff. Yeah, DEI is racist. Wasn't racist because it benefited white women. It benefited, the biggest person that benefited from DEI policies were white women. Hear me again. The biggest group of people that benefited from DEI policies were white women. So all this, I'm going to ban Target, I'm going to ban Walmart for them dropping DEI policies and all this stuff. I mean, if they don't want to give you a job, they don't want to give you a job.
Right.
I mean, we had a point where people are still racist. People still got their own views of the world. And they will figure out a way to hire you and fire you quickly. It's as simple as that. Oh, we're not racist. We hired a black guy the other day. Yeah, he didn't work out. Yep. Don't think it can't happen, because that's the way it happens. I just think that we need to sit down and look at, and I know a lot of people don't like to hear this, but before segregation, we were still segregated. We had our own cab services. We had our own bus lines, our own things, stores, different things like that. I think that we forgot that we
know how to do that stuff.
Need to start working for our communities and benefiting our communities. Amazon ain't a one-off. I hate when everybody act like it can't be another Amazon. It can be. Right. It can be. Yeah. You just gotta have the willpower to go through the battles and all that stuff. You can have a Blackazon. It could be a Blackazon.
Right. Because
You
before
know?
Amazon was Amazon, it just sold books and they were on a small scale and they couldn't get you your product in no 2 days. They took them a hot minute. So you have to be willing. And this is what I was talking to my son about yesterday. We live in such a microwave society that nobody is willing to go through that long stretch, that struggle, to see everything come into fruition. Everybody wants to see it boom right now, right here. You gonna struggle a little bit. I bet you when Amazon first started, he probably was operated in the red for a hot minute before he started to see that black. But you
Oh
got to be
yeah.
willing to go through that stuff. And this is
Yeah.
speaking as a woman who has a whole master's in business. So I'm telling you, it's not everything we see is not like you see a person on top and you just think, oh, instantly they got there. There's some stars that tell you that they were sleeping on people's couches for years before they arrived at where they are now. It's a process.
It's a process. Yes. Yes. And I did go to college for business. I didn't complete my degree, but I did go I did go to college for business now. So back to the whole DEI thing.
Mm.
What is your feelings towards the removal of DEI?
I'll say just like I saw somebody else say, I can't miss truly what I never really benefited from because honestly, like a lot of stuff that he's trying to remove, like the payments for like I remember when I tried to apply for Medicaid, they would always tell me, you make too much money. And I'm like, make too much money where? Or if I try to apply for food stamps or WIC or this, that, and the other, oh well, you above the line. Wow, really? So a lot of times people thinking that we're the top number one benefactors of these programs, and it's really not us. It's really not.
It is far from us, you know.
It's not us.
Just because a certain group of us get it and it's put out there in the news and the media like we are the main benefactors of it. We are not. I'm sorry, I hate to tell you. You know, you hear welfare, what's the first thing coming to your mind? A black woman with a whole
Right.
bunch of kids.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't tell you about Lisa in the trailer with her 4 kids and her husband who don't go to work and they white. You know,
Right.
it don't tell you about that. It don't tell you about the rural areas of America that receive more welfare and more Medicaid than, you know, black people in urban areas.
Yeah.
And all these so-called public
Social programs.
dismantling of social programs, they don't really like hurt us. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't hurt us. It don't stop us. And I want people to get that in their head. You know, it sucks that somebody would blame a plane crashing on people who have disabilities that work for the FAA. First of all, has anybody ever looked to see how to become an air traffic controller? It is freaking believable. If a person with disabilities went through all that to get their job, kudos.
Right.
Kudos. Because I bet you he himself that we don't speak of couldn't get a job as an air traffic controller because for one, he's too old. Yes, you. So here we go. You talk about DEI.
People over 40.
You can't be over 40 and be an air traffic controller.
Right.
You know, you got to work so many hours on, work so many hours off. You got to stay so close to the airport. You got to be able to pass all this federal background.
Yeah.
It's not an easy thing. You got to do all these tests, know all the call signs and everything. It's not an easy job. So if you saying that a person with disabilities became an air traffic controller, they smarter than me.
I was in the Air Force and I used to go into the room where they used to do all of that because I was in aircraft maintenance. And I look at the screen, I'm like, I don't know how y'all do this. I walk right back out. Ain't no way in the world.
And that's the thing. Like, Q used to be in the Air Force. She can tell you firsthand. It is not easy up there in that tower.
It's not. It's not.
So by him saying that, that just shows me his level of knowledge and acknowledgement and how much he tries to push an agenda across that doesn't need to be pushed. Like, stop it, fam. 60 people lost their lives. 60 plus.
Right.
Come on, stop
That
it.
is where the focus should be. The focus should be on the tragedy and how do we, because you're never going to make a person whole after they lost somebody that they love and cared about and
Especially all the
impacted their
children
life.
that was lost. Yeah.
Right. So it's like, how do we at least bring some type of solace or some type of empathy to these people's lives? That's where we got to get back to being human again. We got to get back to that part of humanity.
Yeah. You know,
It's sad.
He's taken the human away, you know, the thought of being a human. You know, they jumped down the pastor of the Catholic Church that said, you know, take grace to these people. You know, I'm just one of those people who absorb the knowledge and the stuff that he's doing. It doesn't make sense on, like you said I believe last week, it doesn't change the price of eggs in China, or what's your saying?
What does that have to do with the price of gas?
Then what does that have to do with the price of gas? Yeah. So I knew it was one of them. None of this, what he's doing, is benefiting people. I mean, he tried to deport some people, and it ended up costing $700,000. The way Biden and all the rest were turning people around at the gate was only costing a couple of $100,000. Yeah, I think he did like 80 people, tried to deport 80 people, and they told him, nah, you can't land the plane here. You can't land that plane here. And he was like, well, we're going to land the plane here. And they landed the plane. They was like, don't you open up them doors. He got a call, the pilot got a call over radio, said, yeah, you might want to go ahead and take off. Just leave the people on. Yeah. So $700,000 and you still didn't deport all the people. Then you open up Guantanamo Bay. Are these hostages or are these human beings? What the hell are we doing here? So we're supposedly deporting people, right? Undocumented people. But anytime you see somebody speaking Spanish and it's a Karen standing by, you got to be like really like nervous almost as a human being, right?
Yeah, exactly. As I know, one young lady, I know she's Latina. I can't remember what country she says she's from, but she said back in the day when they first, like, she's second generation American, but like her family would say that they were not allowed to speak Spanish outside of the house because there was something going on back in those times where if you even looked like you spoke Spanish, they was picking with you, they was messing with you or something like that. And it's like, I feel like we might be going back to those times where people might be afraid to even speak with a little accent because somebody might not accidentally, but stupidly try to get you in a situation. And, you know, sometimes they just do and they ask questions later. But meanwhile, your job, your family, all of this stuff is being affected. And then at the end, when they finally realize, oh, my bad, we made a mistake. But bro, I lost my job. My family living under the bridge. They eating out the trash cans. Like, my bad. We just realized you are a citizen. You know what I mean?
You know, I'm hearing that they're locking up some people by mistake.
And it's gonna happen.
I don't know how true it is, but it's gonna happen. You know, say you go to the store. Say your name Jose. You go to the store. You ain't buying no alcohol or nothing. You just go into the store. You forgot your wallet at home, right? So you see Miguel that you work with, y'all start speaking Spanish, right? You leave and go get ready to head out the store. There's some lady looking at you, right? And you like, why are you staring at me? What's the matter? You was back there. I think you was back there stealing. No, I wasn't back there stealing, blah, blah, blah. And so y'all start arguing. You go to try to leave out the store, the police arrest you. Now, because you don't have no ID now, and because of these new ICE laws, they treat you like you undocumented. So they're getting ready to ship you off. So you like, yo, can I get a phone? And then come to find out by the time they get you to Texas or Guantanamo Bay, that you really a damn citizen of the U.S. You get no apology. You get no apology, no job back. Miguel, like, we was just at the store the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Just there.
You know?
It could
Especially
be that
for
simple.
people that have like the Hispanic last names. Like my last name is Latin by marriage, and my first name is a Spanish word. They're gonna be looking at me kind of sideways. But I'm like, look, I was born in Louisiana.
You Black Tino, huh? You think you slick. You think you gonna pass. We got your black ass. Uh-huh. Yeah. Go ahead and hop in this van too. You and your husband. Get the kids. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Right. And the poor kids, they got whole Hispanic names.
No, Lord Jesus. No. No.
But that's the type of tomfoolery that can happen, that you just can only pray about. I don't know. And it's just only been a couple of weeks, y'all. So I'm gonna say pace yourself. Pace. Like turn off the news sometimes. Like I know it's tempting to want to be constantly informed, but too information can also be detrimental to your spirit. You know, we got a lot more years to endure.
This is my thing. This is my thing. And in all honesty, you can pace, you can disconnect, but stay connected.
Oh yeah.
Because there's so much stuff that he's going to slide in here the next couple of weeks. Because over here, distraction. Look this way. Okay. Bam, 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 bam. It's coming.
Well, that's why I also say this too, is like, we also have to be strategic. Like we have to get back to a place, just as you were talking about earlier, where we had those communities. Like we used to look out for each other. A block party, we would go look at the lady down the street. If she was older, we would go check in on that person. Do you need food, ma'am? You know, how the baby's doing? Do you need Pampers? We gotta get back into the community and start doing those things like we used to do. Everybody's become so individualized these days that we just worried about self. But what's going to be the key to help us survive this is connecting with each other.
That's because of the love they taught. You know,
right.
That's how they taught us love. You know, so we look down on our fellow man and go against him, or because he's not where we're at, we're higher, or we're supposed to feel superior, because that's the way they influenced us, or basically taught us to be, you know. But we got to get back to loving one another and taking care of our community and looking out for one another. That's just it.
Yep. If somebody say, there was a young lady, we all follow a group, and she was like, look, it can happen to anybody. I need some money to help feed my kids. I got 2 kids. I got no money. I'll get paid for another couple of weeks. Can y'all help us this out? What's your cash app, ma'am? Boom, here's you go. Go get you and your kids something to eat. So many people sent this girl money that it was just like, and then she came back on and she was like, I'm in tears because I can't believe how many people responded. We got to get to that level again where we're taking care of each other. Like, don't ask no questions. And even if you say, well, what if somebody just acting stupid? You know what? When somebody asks me for money and I choose to give it to them, if you go buy whatever with it, that's between you and what you about to do. I just know that if you ask me for the money and God said, you got it, give it, I'm going to give it. I didn't already send my deposit up to the heavens and to the universe. So whatever you decide to do, that's going to be between you, your God, and whatever the universe decides to send back to you. So people don't believe in what you put out there, you get back. If you're out there doing dirt going to eventually catch up to you. It might take a while. Sometimes it's instant. But I know that I'm going to put the goodness out there because I want the goodness to come back. And it has been coming back because I know how I move and I know how I operate. So,
right.
So yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I tell people all the time, you know, life is a weird circle. You know, when at the end of the day, you always think that, you know, I got to look out for me, blah, 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 me and my family. I got to do this. I got to do that. I ain't got time to worry about all them people. But if you giving with a good heart, you do get it back. Because this, dude, like, if I tell anybody anything, I could say that is a word that you can stand on, no matter what religion you believe in or whatever. If you do with a good heart, you give with a good heart, you have good intentions, no matter what that person does with whatever you give, you always get it back. And I'm not talking about a little bit. And it's not when you're high up and you're like, oh, I don't really need nothing back. It's when you at your lowest and you like, damn, how in the hell am I going to make it? And all of a sudden somebody call, yo, what's up, man? Yo, I'm cooking some food. Come through.
Right.
And you're like, okay, that's strange. You ain't going, wow. Okay. And then next thing you know, you get up over there. It's like, yeah, man, I'm trying to get rid of this car, man. How much you want for it? Man, for you, man, I sell it to you $500. What the hell is going on today? He started getting, you know what I'm saying? So it comes back in waves. But when it comes back to you. Like, you ever take a rubber band and you extend it out and it's real smooth and it's no action and you let it go and that thing pop you? That's when it come back and just pop you. You're like, damn, woo, these benefits. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So, and lastly, I just want to touch one last little tidbit on DEI before we jump on to something else. If you look at the state of the world, Black people will eventually become a majority. Dark-skinned people, people of color, diverse people will become a majority soon. So while there's thinking or thought that there's going to be some type of adverse effect or how much they can do against us, trust me, sooner or later, Jill and Jack is going to have to retire. And the way things are set up currently, we're going to be the ones paying into Jill and Jack's retirement. If we're not paying into Jill and Jack's retirement, then Jill and Jack don't have a retirement. They don't get Social Security. So just take that with a food of thought, a little tidbit of thought, and blanket it up over everything that's currently happening. And think to yourself, is it targeting Black folks or people of color? Or are they just doing stuff randomly and just reaching for straws before you start putting out, let's boycott this or let's boycott that? Do I feel some kind of way about what they did with DEI? Yeah, because I have friends who have disabilities. I have veteran friends. I have friends of all walks of life. And so, yeah, I feel some kind of way about it. But as far as its benefit for me, I don't recall.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it had some benefit, but
also this too, my last final point on it is whenever you push the pendulum one way, it always has to come back the other way. So we have programs in our community which were specifically designed for us because we were not allowed in said programs that the other people created, such as Divine Nine and historically Black colleges and universities. So when we're doing these things to say, oh, well, we're just think about it that way too, because, we are some of the most loving and forgiving and come on over here, baby. Like, we're those type of people. So we're probably not going to change our policies, but if it's off the table, then it could go all the way across the board. So it's like, think about that part also. Like, it goes this way, but it can also come back the other way. So that's another little nugget for your basket, if you will.
Right. Yep. So moving right along.
Yep.
Are you ready to start paying $5 at the pump? Well,
No. Like, is that rhetorical? Hell no. What's wrong with you?
well, get ready. Because with these waves of tariffs,
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking that we might be getting real close to something similar.
So,
It sucks because we import so much from these countries that we are tariffing. I don't know if that's the right word, but
that we are imposing tariffs on.
that too. And they're imposing tariffs on us back. So even if we're paying more for the stuff that's coming in,
Mm-hmm.
they're charging us more to send the stuff out. So no matter what we make here, say for example, okay, you thinking that I do social media. This doesn't affect me. So you're doing Facebook here in the US, right? So you want to boost your posts.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine when they take your posts, when you want to take your post and say, oh, I want to send this post to the UK. I want to send this post to Canada. I want to send this post to Mexico. Now it's an extra $10 fee for you to boost your posts in Canada and Mexico. This stuff impacts everybody. It's the reason why you see this morning, if you are a market watcher, whether that market is crypto or stock, this is the reason why you see everything tanking this morning. Because everybody's like, oh my God,
Mm-hmm.
the US dollar is going to be funky in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Because they're going to have to pay more to send their stuff out and to bring stuff in.
Yeah.
To countries who buy more stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just not, oh, you think it's technology and all this stuff. No, it's like simple stuff like wheat, soy, even cattle.
Mm-hmm.
And let's not even mention the big elephant in the room, oil. One of the biggest importers in the world of oil is.
Yeah.
So I don't know, Q. You ready for the $5 gas?
I'm not, because I my job is like 45 miles away from the house. Shit, you crazy? Nobody's trying to pay that. I'm gonna have to be like Jesus and get me some sandals and figure out what I'm gonna do. I don't know.
Don't worry. Doge got you covered. You can buy a Tesla.
I don't want to.
Doge, that's Department of whatever the hell Elon Musk made up. But yeah, you can buy a Tesla from him. Don't worry.
I don't want that.
Electrify yourself.
I'll give me one of the little motorbikes before I do that.
Electrify yourself. You live in Florida, close to salt water. Electrify yourself. Buy an electric car. Nothing's wrong with buying an electric car and living in Florida where it floods and hurricanes come through and salt water blows up on land. Salt water loves batteries, and batteries love salt water. Fucking geniuses around here. I'm going to buy a Tesla. I live in Florida. Great. Let me know how that works out for you. I never got it. I never understood it. People who live close to a coast or anything where there's salt water. Me, from my background working at Lime and watching batteries go into saltwater swamps and saltwater bogs and knowing what happens to a battery once that happens, I would only own a Tesla if I live in like a Piedmont or landlocked area. Or an electric vehicle, for that matter. I'm sorry. They don't seal the battery up enough for me. If I had a regular truck, and it went into some salt water, and it wasn't that high to where it locked up the engine, I can get that truck sprayed down with stuff to keep the salt from eating away at it. Probably some baking soda, some type of baking soda brine or something like that. Clean it up, dry it out, and still have me a truck for a little bit. Cybertruck goes into salt water. It's a wrap. I wouldn't dry that. I wouldn't dry that to save Carson. I'll run. Hell no. I'll be dead before I get there.
Yeah, you probably would be. That's too funny.
So, yeah. And what is up with all these made up people that's being put in place? Like, we talked about this early in the election. And so we got One-Eyed Willie, Pedophile Child, Hank the Spank, Willie the Dilly, and Elon. Like, what do these people know about government? And let's start off with Elon. First of all, inside his head, he still called black people color because he's South African. Then he throws the Hitler sign, not once, twice, and says, oh, it's Roman. Stop it. Stop it. You stupid ass people, you. Stop it. It's never such a thing. Then, Hank the Spank, he takes over. Listen, I just don't have time to go into this too deeply. Why are we doing this? Why are we allowing this to happen to ourselves? Why? Fuck you. I have no answers.
I'm just as confused and befuddled as you.
Why? Why?
Because honestly, I think the Constitution is in theory, it's a good idea, but it needs some tweaks to it because it's a very old document and we need to put some things in place that says unless you're absolutely qualified and can meet these very important
But didn't he say that DEI was keeping required people? Okay, Q, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just saying, it's just, I saw somebody post this and it's hard being from the United States of America, because I want to laugh, but I don't because it's tragic. Somebody from another country just said, y'all just let anybody in office. Like y'all okay over there? Because they're worried about us.
America right now is looking like a hole. She's letting anybody run up in her buildings.
So it's just like, we need more strenuous requirements. I'm just going to say that because a lot of these people just, oh, I want to be this. And then they just fill the paperwork out and they campaign and then they get it. And it's like, but you don't really know what you're doing. You don't know the basics about government. You're just there talking crazy.
You don't even know the first guideline in what you're doing, the actual job that you're doing.
Yeah. I would just like to see that be more tweaked up a little bit.
I don't get it. I don't get it. You do some mushrooms, take a psychedelic trip, and you become the head of a department that takes care of the whole country's health. You experiment with a little heroin and everything like that, and you become the head of the department that takes care of everybody's health. I'm not saying anything about anybody that's recovering from drugs or anything like that. I have them in my family. I applaud recovery. I don't look down on it. I don't say once a junkie, always a junkie. Still got some tendencies, but you fought the good fight, and I'm gonna respect that. But to run a department that takes care of everybody's health, and you saying crazy stuff like the evermycin or whatever that is, the stuff that they was basically saying, yes, it kills parasites in your body, right? But I never heard of it until COVID. Mm-hmm. So now people saying, oh, I take spoonfuls of it every day. Let me know how that works out for you. Mm-hmm. Please. Take it every day. Go ahead. Take it. Let me know how that works out for you. Because your body has good stuff and bad stuff in it. We don't know what this stuff is. And I don't even know what's in here. But in honesty, I at least read the label and see that, well, there's a possibility this could happen. Y'all killing parasites in your body and don't know whether or not they're good parasites, bad parasites. The stuff supposed to kill cancer now. Now it kills cancer cells. It's just so much. This dude is...
But did the FDA say that, though? Because I'm just curious if that's the FDA. All right, I guess. I know what you're stepping in.
Don't even get me started on the FDA. The FDA is like, well, just going, okay, we'll allow it.
Yeah.
This is exactly what the FDA is doing right now in their office. They come into work and they just go, what's up? You need something? Or you need for me to say that this is bad or this is good? How much does it cost? How much does it cost you? Cost you $100,000? Okay, I'll put my stamp on it. Boom. We all clear now. Yeah. Because if the FDA really cared, it wouldn't be damn glue in cereal. It wouldn't be paint thinner in cereal. Just something simple as cereal. It wouldn't be things like that in cereal. And yes, I still eat cereal. That's why I'm crazy as hell. But it wouldn't be things like that in cereal. It wouldn't be still problems with Flint, Michigan's water if the FDA gave a shit. Let's just be 100% honest. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. I know I'll stick to my black walnut to get rid of body parasites. I'll stick to all my black seed oils, my black castor oil. I stick to, if it ain't bliggity black, I don't want it. Now, how you feel about that? Now, ain't that some black history for you? Now, yeah. So all these funky hirings, y'all go ahead, believe what they saying, and knock yourself on out. Let me know how that works out for you. Let's get to something much more brighter. Because these people, Black History Month. Yes, we are in day 2 of Black History Month. The shortest month out of the year. Our month. Yes, and sometimes it's shorter, sometimes it's longer. But we don't give a damn. This year, may Walmart not do nothing stupid because they already on thin ice. Shout out to Costco too. Costco just don't be giving a shit. I ain't got a Costco card, but they eat a whole bag of them. Basically, just grab a bag full and just dump them in your mouth. We not changing our policies to benefit y'all or how y'all feel. So shout out to Costco. I mean, y'all can feel some kind of way about Costco and boycott them or whatever. Nobody cares. But shout out to them for standing firm on what they believe. And that's my main topic on Black History Month this year. Stand firm on what is true, what is believed, what is fact.
Yeah.
Don't go crossing up your words because somebody on Facebook decides to troll you and say, oh, y'all crying tears or y'all playing victim. But if you ask them their background, they might tell you they was a victim. Yeah. We're not crying victim. We're bringing awareness to the things that happened to us. It didn't happen to you. Nobody gives a shit about what potato famine or whatever happened to you. Okay? I'm being clear. We're talking about things that happened to us. I can't relate to what happened to you. Same way you can't relate to happened to us. We've been telling you for years, these things happen to us. It's, what's the word I'm looking for, Q? It's a post-traumatic. Yeah, post-traumatic. Right. It added post-traumatic stress to us for years, It's the reason why, a lot of our older relatives don't fool with banks. It's a reason why when older folks go vote, they try to go at a reasonable time. It's a reason why these things happen or why older folks do this, And I say this every year. You got to understand, segregation didn't end until 1969. My mama was 9 years old. I was born 10 years later.
Same here.
So,
my mom was born in 1957. And I'm from Louisiana, where Ruby Bridges was the little girl, who helped desegregate schools. That woman is still alive, y'all. She's still alive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So don't act like it happened 400 years ago. It happened less than 50 years ago, Because you got to think about the residuals. It was some holdouts. It was some people that were still out here doing things that they wasn't supposed to do. So that's what I'm saying for this Black History Month. Hold true to what happened. No matter what they try to redirect or rewrite the story, you can't rewrite the truth. The truth will always shine through. And the truth will set you free from whatever ails you. And once you speak the truth, we be good. That's all we want is the truth. You ain't have to release the documents on who killed who for MLK or all that stuff. We already know that y'all admitted to killing MLK. And all Coretta wanted was $1.
Right.
We already know that. When you gave Coretta that $1, yeah, we knew that. Yeah. But hey, hold true. Anything else from you, Q?
Yeah, my last statement, and this is what I have posted on the wall where I work, because this is what we need to get into. Like, this is a quote by Maya Angelou. It says, just do right. Right may not be expedient. It may not be profitable, but it will satisfy your soul. It brings you the kind of protection that bodyguards can't give you. So try to live your life in a way that you will not regret years of useless virtue and inertia and timidity. that means a lot to me.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if you just trying to do the most right, you can't go wrong with that. Like even if doing the right puts you on the most unpopular side, it will satisfy your soul because you're gonna go to bed at night. These people who out here doing dirt, they can't sleep easy.
Mm-mm.
I go to sleep good at night when I can sleep. You know, I don't be worried
Yeah.
about is this person gonna come and get me, because I know I ain't out there doing people dirty. But when
Mm-mm.
you're out there doing dirty, you always think when somebody's trying to be good to you, that they have an ulterior motive.
Ulterior
There's
motive.
people out here that's just doing good because that's just the way they are.
Right. Yeah. Well, I have a creative brain, so sometimes I'm up at night,
Right.
gassing myself up and saying, "Yeah, I could do that. Yeah, ooh, wow, that sounds like a great idea." And then by the morning, I'm like, "What was that thought
Yeah.
I had last night?" And then now I'm sitting up half of the day trying to write out stuff and try to remember exactly what it was. And I got a whole notebook beside me with a pen.
Yeah, I used to do that too for poems. I used to get up and just start writing. Because then when
Yeah,
you
so
try to, if you say, okay, I'm going to wake up and do it, then you like the moment was then. I gave it to you then. You need to get up and write it. That's how the creative brain works.
yeah, it's a weird thing. It sucks, but sometimes, crazy Kanye said it the best. Well, pre-crazy Kanye. He said it, these dreams keep me up at night. It's the truth, when you dreaming or creating stuff, it'll wake you up out your sleep. You're like, ooh, did I do XYZ? So, yeah. All right. So, with that said, don't forget to stop by our website, www.ysgpodcast.com. And if ain't nobody told you that they love you today, we do. As always, I want y'all to have a safe week. Be blessed. Peace and love. I'll let you later. Peace out. Yes, support.